It's so easy to go to work, come home, sleep, go to work, you're off day, sleep all day, probably spend your money when you get paid. And it's easy to fall into this lifestyle, especially when you get a job. The reason for this being is habits, right? When you first get a job, your first week, you know what I'm saying? You always put on that mask of, oh, you're working super hard. You're realizing, you're putting in the most effort because you're learning everything. You're learning how the register works. You're learning how to greet customers, how, cool with your coworkers. But then after that, you all figure out that like your second, third, fourth week, okay, how to do your job just enough to get by, get paid, but not get fired, but not doing too much. We all, you all relate to that when you finally get your job. And honestly, all these jobs we work, pretty much retail, for the most part, warehouse, whatever. We don't want these to be our jobs forever. We know what we're using these for, to get money, first of all, because you're going to need money. But a lot of us use these jobs to pay for what we want to do. YouTube, streamer, I do cameraman work, pay for my camera stuff. Whatever, even college, people use it to pay for college. You're using it to fuel your other thing. But especially when you're not like going to college or doing something like content creation or you're doing your own dreams, you know how easy it is to fall into the trap of, I call this false work. I feel like jobs, they give you the fulfillment of you feeling like you did something for yourself, which you are. You got to pat yourself in the back. You in a job. Some people really bums out here. They will rather be homeless than get jobs or do all the whatever than to get jobs and get money. So you got to give yourself a pat on that back, but don't give yourself too much credit because that's not what you want to do. So you can't give yourself too much credit. I don't want to be at this job that I'm working right now. I like it, it's cool, but I don't want to be here 10 years from now. I want to have something else. I want to be in my camera business. I want to be able to live fully off this YouTube stuff, streaming or whatever it is. Basically making money just from being me. That's what I want to live off of. So I can't give myself too much credit, right? That's what you got to look at it as, bro. Because you're going to get fulfillment from working a job because it takes minimal effort, you're getting paid, and you're going to get tired, bro. I just worked a 10-hour shift, bro. Of course I'm going to be tired. I have to make this video at 10:44. Like, I'm tired of shit. But guess what I'm coming here to do? I'm coming here to make this video. Guess what I did yesterday when I got off work? I worked out, and I made a video for my BMG Visuals. That's my cameraman account. If I don't know, I do camera work as well. I'm a cameraman if you want to check that out. I made some videos explain like editing too as well if you like those. But it's a bunch of work after work. Because really, this 10 hours of my day, yes, it's getting me money, but it doesn't do shit for my future, for real. I mean, it funds like me to buy more camera stuff, to buy different things to make me better, but it doesn't push me any level. What pushing me a level is right now making this video, right now editing this video, right now uploading it, going to the gym after work, reading a book after work, trying like, what am I doing afterwards to push towards myself? Because you got to realize, my name's Isaiah. I'm Isaiah Carter, if y'all don't know. Y'all know me as Booga, as a YouTube. Boogie and Isaiah Carter are two different people, right? These are two different souls, bro. And it's not just because I have a nickname. It's two. If your name's Daryl, Daryl. Job Daryl and normal Daryl. The work you put in for the job, unless this is the career, and I'm not talking for anyone who have already a set career. If you already have, you know what you want to do. This video is just not for you because whatever. So people using their jobs to push to another level. Daryl working a job is not Daryl, the content creator. So this work doesn't correlate to this. It doesn't at all. Like, this does nothing for this, right? Except for fund it to make this go up. But just because you work 10 hours here and you don't put nothing in the content creation, you're still down here. Doesn't matter how much you work. It doesn't matter, literally. And it sounds obvious because, okay, 10 hours, and you don't stream nothing times a week. Of course, okay, yeah, that doesn't do nothing for you. But you really actually have to understand that because you get comfortable, bro. You go to sleep. It's what's called, I call this sleepwalking, right? When you first ride a bike, it's super hard, right? Because it's the first time you ever did it. Your brain requires a bunch of energy. But the 10th time riding a bike is super easy because your brain formed that habit. Just like how over time moves faster. When you're 3 years old, you only had 3 years on this earth. Or whenever you get, let's say you're 5 years old and you're conscious and you're probably like first grade. Your first summer, your first school year feels super long because you never did it before. Every new day is a new experience. By the time you're in 12th grade, days go by like, because you done had 12 years of school, 12 summers, 12 winters. Why does everything feel faster? Because you live so much. Your brain is like a computer, right? I work in laptops. So your brain, if it's already did something once, it knows how to do it twice. So if I already first put all the energy to riding a bike. Why the hell would I keep putting the same output to riding the bike? No, because I got a million other things to worry about. There's a million new problems a day, so I can't put the same energy. I can put just enough to get through it. That's the same thing how it is with a job. Your brain will give you enough energy to get through the job and do that, and it'll make you feel fulfilled, like, oh, I did something. But 10 years ago by, you didn't do nothing but that job. You spent all your paychecks. All your off days, you were asleep because you were tired. You are a separate entity from your job, and it's easy to form into one, bro. I know it's easy. That should be feeling like the back rooms, bro. Especially they be having, like, if you work in retail, they got the fluorescent lights that are, like, made to fuck with you. I work in technology, so I literally have to wear blue light glasses because you're looking at screens all day. That shit will fuck with you, bro. And it'll make you age. And people working there like 10, 20, 30 years start getting out of shape because this becomes your whole life. I'm talking to people like, I'm taking my lunch breaks. I'll be like, yeah, I got to eat during the day because I got to get energized, and I'll be trying to go to the gym after. He's like, this happened at both of my jobs. I had a dude just like that. So it's a common stereotype. Yeah, man, I already got a job. As soon as I got the job, I used to be a wrestler. I used to work out every day. I just stopped doing that because the whole thing became a job. Off day sleep. So what it becomes, you get out of shape. A lot of people I work with, I'm not saying they're super big, but they're out of shape to what they once wanted because you're working so damn much, you don't have time to build on yourself. Self-improvement, bro. Self-improvement. You are the self. You're not who you are. When you're at the job, you are an entity, bro, for corporate. That's why you can't say certain things, can't wear certain things, and you gotta act a certain way. You're not yourself. That work doesn't count towards your personal. As soon as you're out the clock, it's who you are, bro. If you get out the clock and you're sleeping 24/7, you're not doing shit, that's what your life will come to. In 10, 20 years, that's what it'll be. If you're getting out the clock and you're doing your YouTube, you're going to work out, man, you're reading, you're improving yourself, then that's who you'll be. Both matter. You got to get that money. You have to get that money, bro. To function society, you got to get that money. And you want that money, bro, because sometimes you want, you know what I'm saying, you want to spend some money on yourself, get some new shoes or whatever, right? But you got to really realize the distinction between you and you on the clock. Isaiah and Booger. Isaiah and Booger. And that's it. Isaiah, when he's on the clock and he's working his 10-hour shift, that does nothing for this YouTube channel. The only thing it does is if I put more money towards it, but I don't even really spend money on this channel, right? Because I make desktop videos and I have my camera and all that. So all this work here for work, it doesn't do nothing to uplift this. But guess what? Every time I post, every time I make a short, every time I make a, just upload a video, anytime I put, equipment towards it, I'm going up like that. Every time I'm working out. You are your character, bro. I'm trying to put this in a video game way, but like, I really don't know how, actually. Yeah, I don't know how to relate to a video game, I'm not gonna lie. But you are yourself. Yes, you got to get that money. Yes, you got to go work the shift. And yes, you do gonna need to give your body rest, especially when you work a 10-hour shift. I just got off a 10-hour shift, bro. But you also got to know, I don't want to work here forever. And keep that in your mind every day. I don't want to do this forever. I know you have that moments where you zone out and you be like, damn, like, I don't want to do this forever. Like, I don't want this to be my life. Take that in. I had that same thing today, bro. I'm driving. I literally DoorDash after work because I had to get some extra money. And I was just doing that. I was like, bro, I don't want this to be my life forever, bro. Like, I was finna say it's cool right now. It's not even cool right now because I know where I want to be at. I know what I want to be doing. I know I can do it. And that's what can infuriate you because you're like, damn, 2, 3, 5 years go by. And you're like, I'm still doing the same shit when I can do more. But you got no one to blame but yourself, bro. Nobody saves you, especially when you turn 18 and you're an adult. Nobody finna save you. Nobody finna help you. You got to get out there and do it yourself. If I can just end this video off with one thing. Whenever you see people working at a job and they've been working there 10, 20 years and they're not moving up, they're really just working there to get by, bro. You ask them, like, if you ask them, they always say, like, oh, I was going to do that. I was going to do this and this and that. But you never did it. You never went towards it. Or you started, but you never stopped. You started, but you stopped. You got to realize, bro, you all got dreams, and comfortability and an idle mind is a devil's place. When you're idle and you're not putting your brain to the test, you're not challenging yourself, you're not trying to work or towards being better. And that doesn't just mean reading, you know what I'm saying? That just means also, like, okay, with the YouTube, you gotta use your mind when you're trying to make videos, gang, because you gotta think, damn, what's gonna blow up? What's a good thumbnail? What's this? What hashtags I'm gonna use? What can I do to make this better? How can I, you still gotta use your mind. It's challenging because you never blew up before. When you're working out, You're strengthening your body. When you're reading, you are strengthening your mind, bro. Don't let your mind idle. That's why they say it's the devil's play place, an idle mind. Because an idle mind, you can just throw things, whatever. That's when you're always partying, you smoking, you're doing all this to pass the time. That's why a lot of people, they working and they just go home, they smoke. You go to the club every Saturday. Your mind's idle. You have nothing else to do. So you had to fulfill it with something. Because humans, we can't be bored, bro. We can't be bored. Especially in this generation now, we can't be bored. We won't survive. That's why we gotta have phones. We gotta have all these videos going on. Because we literally cannot be bored. Our brain will explode. We can't just sit down, read a book. We can't just sit down, do nothing. I'm not even judging nobody. Me too. I'm brain writer too. But if you know that, put that work in mind to something else. Put that work in mind to something you want to do. Stream, clip, whatever. Even if it's not that. Fashion brand. Whatever you're doing, bro. Put it out there. And comfortability is the enemy of success. These jobs will have you comfortable. Reliable checks. Probably easy work half the time. It's not too hard, really. And you know how to do just enough to get by. But do you just want to get by? That's the question. Do you just want to get by or do you want to do more? And that's it. I love y'all. Peace.